Hello, animal lovers. Welcome to episode 45. I am Anna.
And I am Lukas. Anna, why are we at a zoo today?
Because today we are observing wild animals and wild grammar. Are you scared, Lucas?
No, maybe just a little bit of the bears.
Well, that is perfectly natural. I mean, bears are formidable creatures.
Yeah.
And honestly, they are a lot like the grammar topics we are tackling today in this deep dive.
Oh, great. So the grammar's going to eat me.
Don't worry. Just like this zoo has, thick fences and glass to keep us all safe, I have the rules. The rules are going to keep you safe from making mistakes.
Okay. That is reassuring, I guess.
Think of this deep dive as a field trip. We are just walking together through the jungle of the English language.
I do like field trips usually, but I prefer field trips where things follow logic, like mathematics, for example.
Mathematics.
Yeah. 2 + 2 is always 4. The logic is ironclad. It never changes. But English grammar, sometimes it feels like English is a lion just waiting in the bushes, ready to attack my sentence structure. It feels predatory.
Predatory. That is a very vivid image. But you are right. English can be very wild. It can be untamed and occasionally, a little ferocious.
Very ferocious.
Specifically, today we are looking at nouns that refuse to follow the rules.
Yeah.
We call them irregular plurals. The standard rule, right?
Yeah.
What we call the domestic
As long
rules.
as that is the safe zone, the domesticated grammar, if you will.
Exactly.
You have a cat, you add an S, you get cats. You have a table, you add an S, you get tables.
Simple.
It is beautiful. It is predictable. I really love the letter S. It's like the seatbelt of the English language.
The seatbelt. I love that. Yes, the S is the lock on the cage. It keeps everything orderly. It is the sign of a word that behaves itself. But today, we're visiting the animals and the words that completely break out of the cage.
Uh-oh.
They do not want your S. They want chaos. They want to change their very identity just because there is more than one of them.
See, this is exactly why I am nervous. When you say chaos, I imagine running. I imagine sirens.
Let's start by just looking around our environment here. We are at the zoo. This is our setting for the day. And a zoo is a place for observation. We are here to look, to listen, and to learn.
Right. From a safe distance.
Yes, from a safe distance. Look over there. What do you see?
I see a very large structure with thick metal bars. That is a cage.
Correct. A cage. C-A-G-E. A cage is where the animal should be. It represents containment.
And I hope they stay in there.
Me too. In grammar, the rules are the cage. The rule of adding S is the cage that holds, well, about 95% of English nouns. But what happens if someone leaves the door open?
If someone leaves the door open, well, then the animal might escape.
Exactly. To escape, to run away from a prison or a cage. Today, we are going to look at words that have escaped those standard rules. And when a lion escapes or a tiger escapes, what happens to the people visiting the zoo?
Panic. Definitely panic.
Panic. That is a great vocabulary word. It means extreme fear, where people stop thinking clearly and just run in all directions.
It is irrational fear.
Yeah.
High energy. And that is my current emotional state regarding irregular plurals. I feel a grammatical panic coming on right now. I worry that I will be in a boardroom talking to very important clients, and I will say something like, the mouses are eating the cheeses.
Breathe. Just breathe. We're going to tame these wild words together. By the end of this hour, you will be the zookeeper.
I hope so.
Let's start our walk down this path. Keep your eyes open. The first group of wild words we are encountering are what I like to call the inside job words.
The inside job. That sounds like a detective movie. Or maybe a heist film where the bank robber is actually the bank manager.
It does sound like that, doesn't it? Well, these are nouns that do not change by adding something to the end. They do not add an S or an ES. Instead, they change from the inside. They change their vowels.
Like a genetic mutation.
A mutation. Yes, exactly. Let's look at your body, for example. Smile for me. Show me those pearly whites.
Okay, a cheese. Is this really necessary?
Wonderful. You have a very nice smile. Now, if I point to just one of those white bony things in your mouth, what is it?
That is a tooth. One tooth. T-O-O-T-H.
Yeah, correct. It has that double O sound. But thankfully, you have more than one. You have a whole mouthful of them. So do you have tooths?
No. That sounds terrible. Tooth sounds like I'm trying to spit something out, or perhaps I have a lisp. I have teeth.
Teeth. T-E-T-H. The double O changes to a double E. Tooth becomes teeth. It is a vowel shift. It happens entirely inside the word.
This is one I actually feel comfortable with, but why? Why do we do this? Why isn't tooths acceptable? I mean, it communicates the meaning, doesn't it?
It communicates the meaning, sure, but it marks you as an outsider. It sounds wrong to a native speaker. And the reason is fascinating. It is actually a ghost of a sound from thousands of years ago. We call it I mutation, or umlaut.
Umlaut, like in German, with the two little dots over the letter.
Exactly like that.
Mm.
English is a Germanic language. Thousands of years ago, the plural of tooth was not teeth. It was something like toonthes. Yeah. It had an I sound at the end. Over centuries, speakers just got lazy. Their tongues started anticipating that I sound at the end while they were still pronouncing the middle of the word.
So they blended it.
Right. They pushed the vowel forward in their mouths. Eventually, the ending completely fell off, but that changed vowel in the middle remained. It is like a fossil.
That is incredibly cool. So teeth is basically a thousands of years old lazy pronunciation habit that just became a strict rule.
Precisely. It is history living right in your mouth. Now, look down. What are you standing on?
I am standing on the pavement.
No, I mean, what body part is touching the ground?
My foot. 1 foot.
1 foot. Again, we have that double O sound, F-O-O-T.
Yeah.
But you have 2 of them. So do you have 2 foots?
No. Foots is definitely wrong. It feels clumsy in my mouth. I have 2 feet.
Exactly. Tooth becomes teeth, foot becomes feet. The pattern is the oo sound, shifting to the e sound. It is clean, it is sharp, it is that exact same umlaut history we just talked about.
Okay, I see the pattern. Double O to double E. This really appeals to my logical brain. I can follow a pattern. So if I have a boot on my foot and I have 2 of them, do I have 2 beat?
Ah, see? That is exactly why this is a wild zoo. No, boot is a domestic animal. It follows the rules. 1 boot, 2 boots.
But that is inconsistent. Tooth goes to teeth, foot goes to feet. Why not boot to beat?
Because boot came into the language much later, or from a different origin like Old French. It did not undergo that ancient sound change. Foot is an ancient bedrock word. Boot is a newcomer.
So the newcomers have to follow the new rules.
Yes, the new rules, which is just adding an S, the old words stick to their wild ways. You cannot always trust the sound to guide you. You kind of have to know the history of the word.
This is why I prefer the bears. At least a bear looks like a bear. A bear doesn't look like a wolf one day and a pigeon the next day.
Let's move to a slightly more complex species in this exhibit. We are looking at people now. Look at that guy over there by the concession stand. He is
a man. One man.
Correct. And next to him, there is another guy. So together, they are 2.
Men. 2 men.
Right. Man to men. This is a subtle change, Lukas. Listen closely to the vowel. Man has an open ah sound, like cat or apple. Man.
Man, with a wide mouth. M-A-N.
But the plural, men, has a short a sound, like egg or bed. Men.
Man. Okay, I can hear it. It is very subtle, though. In a loud room, it might be hard to hear the difference.
It really can be. But context usually helps. If you say, look at those 2 men, people will look at you strangely. The grammar affects the verb too, usually. But here's the big one.
It's a big one.
Yes, this is the most dangerous animal in the grammar zoo because so many people get bitten by it.
Oh, no. What is it? A tiger? A crocodile?
It is the female version of our previous word. Look at the lady standing by the popcorn cart. She is...
The woman? W-O-M-A-N.
Correct. Now listen to my pronunciation very carefully. Singular is W-H man. The first syllable sounds like woo, like what without the T. Woo man.
Woo man. Okay. Woo.
Now, she is joined by 2 friends. Now, there are 3 of them. How do we spell the plural?
Well, if man becomes men, then woman must be spelled W-O-M-E-N.
The spelling is absolutely correct, but the pronunciation. This is where the trap is. How do you say it?
Well, logic dictates it should be women. Like, whoa, plus men.
Stop. Do not move. You just stepped on a grammatical landmine.
I did, but it is spelled with an O.
I know it is. English spelling is sometimes a trick. It is a disguise. In the plural form, even though it is written with an O, we pronounce it with a short I sound, like him or swim, becomes women.
Wait, so the O becomes an I sound. Women.
Yes, this is non-negotiable. If you want to sound fluent, you must master this vowel shift.
Yeah.
Say it with me. 1 W-U-H man.
1 W-U-H man.
3 women.
3 women.
Again, women.
Women.
That is it. You got it perfectly. This is crucial for our listeners, too. If you say women, native speakers might understand you, but it sounds very strange. It creates a sort of hiccup in the listener's ear. The correct flow is women. It is light. It is fast.
That is a total transformation of sound. The spelling barely changes, just 1 letter at the end. But the sound at the beginning changes completely. Is there a reason for this madness?
It goes back to Old English pronunciation shifts again. The spelling women kept the O because of the singular form, but the pronunciation drifted over hundreds of years. It is an inside job. The word changes its identity from the inside out. Now, speaking of things changing identity and moving quickly, what is that small thing scuttling near your shoe?
My shoe? I don't see... wait, is that
It's a mouse.
a mouse? Oh, it is cute, I suppose. 1 small mouse.
Lukas, look behind you. Mice.
Ah! Mice, get them away!
Run, there are 3 of them?
I am moving! Not mouses. Mice. Get them away from my feet.
Okay, calm down. They are gone. They just ran into the bushes.
My heart is racing. I do not like rodents, especially when they surprise me like that. Did you see the size of them?
I did. They were fast. But did you notice what you did? Even in your state of absolute panic, you used the correct grammar.
I did.
You screamed, not mouses, mice. And then you said, get them away from my feet. You didn't say foots.
I suppose fear brings out my true grammatical instincts.
Yeah.
It bypassed my brain and went straight to my reflexes.
That is the ultimate goal. When you internalize these rules, you do not have to think about them, even when you're being chased by imaginary rodents. Mouse becomes mice. It is another vowel change, but a big one. The ow sound becomes ice.
Mouse. Mice. It is a very irregular change. There is no logic connecting us and ice, really. You just have to memorize it.
Precisely. It is wild. You cannot tame it. You just have to accept it. It is actually the same I mutation we talk about with teeth, just with a different vowel starting point. The word mus became mice over 1,000 years. Now, wipe the sweat off your brow. Are you ready to walk to the next enclosure?
As long as there are no more mice, I am ready. I prefer the larger animals. At least you can see them coming.
Fair enough. The next group is really interesting. We have seen words that change their vowels. Now we're going to look at words that undergo a total transformation, or the ones that do nothing at all.
I like the sound of doing nothing at all. That sounds like a relaxing Sunday.
Let's start with the total transformation first. These are words where the plural form looks or sounds very different from the singular. We already mentioned man and woman, which are partial changes, but look at the word person.
Okay. One person is waiting in line. That is standard.
Now, what if there are 10 of them?
Well, sometimes I see the word persons written on elevators, like max capacity 10 persons. Or in legal contracts, the persons described herein.
That is true, and a very good observation. The word persons does exist, but it is very formal. It belongs strictly to the official register of English. It is used in legal documents, official notices, or safety signs.
So not in daily conversation.
Exactly. If you were chatting with a friend at a cafe, you would never say, look at all those persons. It sounds robotic. It sounds like you are an alien learning English from a manual.
It does sound a bit like a police report. 3 persons were seen running from the scene.
Yes. In real life, the plural of person is people.
People. 1 person, but 2 people.
It is a totally different word.
Yeah.
They do not look alike at all.
Mm-hmm.
Person comes from Latin, persona. People comes from a totally different root. Populace, that effectively just took over the plural job.
Yeah.
So remember, 1 person is waiting. 2 people are waiting.
Got it. People. It is a collective group. It feels warmer than persons.
It connects us. Now, what about the small humans running around the zoo, the ones dropping their ice cream over there?
The kids.
Yes, the kids, but use the formal word.
A child. 1 child.
And the plural.
Children.
Right, not childs, children. This one is ancient. That E-N or R-E-N ending is a very old way of making plurals in English. We used to have many words like this.
Really? Like what?
Well, ox becomes oxen. Brother used to become brethren. Most of them died out and got replaced by the S ending. But children survived.
It is a bit long to remember. Child. Children. It adds a whole extra syllable.
It does. And be careful with the vowel sound, too. The singular is pronounced with a long I sound, like I. Child.
Child. I.
The plural is pronounced with a short I sound, like ill or fill. Children.
Another vowel shift. Child with the I sound goes to children with the ill sound, so we definitely do not say children.
Never. English loves to shift those vowels to make the word flow faster in a sentence, so never say child. It sounds very wrong. It sounds uneducated to a native speaker.
Okay. People and children. Total transformations. Now tell me about the lazy group you promised, the ones that do nothing.
Yeah, the 0 plural group. These nouns are the Zen masters of the zoo. They do not stress, they do not change, they are who they are, whether they are alone or in a massive group.
I respect that philosophy. Consistency is key.
Look over there at the petting zoo section. What is that flucky white animal eating the grass?
That is a sheep.
1 sheep. Now look, there is a whole flock of them coming over the hill. 10 of them. What are they?
They are 10 sheep.
10 sheep. Not sheeps. They were sheeps.
You know, that is actually difficult for learners. You feel this strong urge to add the S because there are 10 of them. Sheeps feels logical. The S proves there is more than one.
It feels logical, but it is wrong. If you say sheeps, you sound like you are maybe talking about the brand of a product, not the animal. The animal is always sheep. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 1,000,000 sheep.
Why? Why are they so stubborn? Is there a rule for this laziness?
It is not stubbornness, it is history. Think about how people interacted with these animals historically. Sheep, deer, fish. These are animals that were traditionally hunted or farmed for food in large groups. When a farmer looks at a hill, he doesn't see 50 individual personalities. He sees a mass of sheep. He sees the group as one entity.
Ah, so the individuality is lost in the herd.
Exactly. That is a brilliant way to put it.
Yeah.
The identity of the single sheep is less important than the identity of the flock. That is why the word does not change. It happens with fish, too.
Fish. One fish. Two fish.
Yes. There is a famous children's book, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. It teaches this rule perfectly to American children.
I have heard fishes before, though. Is that wrong? Or is that like the word persons we talked about?
It is not wrong, but it has a very specific meaning. Fish, as a plural, usually refers to the food or the animals in a group. Fishes is used by biologists or scientists when they are talking about different species of fish, like the fishes of the Atlantic Ocean. But for 99% of situations, and definitely for our zoo trip today, it is just fish.
Okay, so if I see a tank with 10 gold swimmers, I just say, look at the fish.
Precisely. And the last one in this lazy group is deer.
Like Bambi.
Like Bambi. One deer. Two deer.
No deers.
No deers. Just deer. Again, it is a game animal. You hunt deer. You do not count them individually like you count your cousins.
This group is relaxing, but also dangerous because it is so easy to forget that you do not have to do anything.
That is the trap. You try to apply the rule, but the rule is literally do nothing. You have to actively resist the urge to add the S.
Sheep, fish, deer, the lazy animals. I like them. They remind me of myself on a Saturday morning.
I thought you might relate to them. Okay, Lucas. We have covered the vocabulary, we have practiced the pronunciation, we have survived the mice. Now, I want to test your listening skills.
Oh no, a test.
A story. I want you to close your eyes.
Close my eyes. In a zoo with wild grammar running around. This seems ill-advised.
Trust me. Close your eyes and visualize. I'm going to tell you a story about our day here, but be warned, things might get a little chaotic. I will speak slowly and clearly. I want you to listen for the plurals we just discussed. I want you to verify them in your mind as I say them.
Okay. Eyes are closed. I'm listening. I am visualizing a peaceful zoo.
Lucas and Anna are at the zoo. It is a sunny day. The birds are singing. Suddenly there's a loud noise. Bang! Someone has opened the cages.
Oh no. Goodbye, peas.
From the tall grass, 3 mice scurry out. They are moving fast. Behind them, 2 children drop their ice cream cones and start screaming. Then, a group of sheep walk onto the path, blocking the exit.
Wait, the sheep are escaping too, just walking, no attacking.
They are sheep, Lucas. They are herbivores. They are just confused and looking for grass. 5 men and 6 women start running in panic, dodging the sheep. Lucas, in his fear, drops his phone. It falls right on his feet.
Ouch! That actually hurts. Phones are heavy these days.
Ouch, he says. We need to call for help. He finds a phone booth. He calls 911. Help, he shouts. Send the police. Within minutes, the police are here. The officers catch the animals. The people are safe.
Okay. I'm opening my eyes now. Is everyone safe? Did the sheep get back to their enclosure?
Everyone is safe. It was just a story. But the grammar usage was intense, wasn't it?
It really was. I heard them all. The mice running, quick and small. The children screaming, using that old plural. The men and women running, and my poor feet.
You caught all the irregulars. But there was one sentence in that story that contains a truly mind-blowing fact. A rule that trips up almost every intermediate learner. It is a B1 distinct marker.
Really? I thought I knew them all. Was it about the sheep?
No, the sheep were fine. It was the moment you called for help. I said, the police are here.
The police are here. Yes, that sounds normal. But wait, now that I think about it, police looks like a singular word. It does not have an S at the end. Why isn't it the police is here?
This is the mind-blowing moment. In English, the word police is a collective noun that is always plural.
Always. Even if it is just one car.
Always. When we say the police, we are referring to the organization. But grammatically, we treat it as the group of officers. We treat it exactly like the word they. You wouldn't say they is here. You say they are here.
So I can never say, the police is coming to help me.
Never. That is a dead giveaway that you are a learner. You must say, the police are coming, or the police have arrived.
Wow. That is tricky because the government is usually singular. The army is usually singular.
Exactly. The government is deciding, the army is marching. Yeah. Those are treated as single units. But police is unique. It stands alone. It retained the idea that it is made up of many individuals.
So if I want to talk about just one guy, one person in a uniform standing in front of me.
then you have to use a different word entirely. You cannot use the word police as a singular noun. You must say a police officer.
A police officer is here.
Correct. But the police are here.
Mind blown, seriously. I have been saying the police is for years. I just assumed it was one thing, like the fire department.
Consider your mind officially expanded. This is a very common mistake, Lucas. Fixing this one detail makes your English sound instantly more sophisticated. But wait, I have a counter trap for you.
A counter trap? Is this about the news? I saw that on the outline.
It is exactly about the news. Think about the word news. N-E-W-S.
It ends in S, so it must be plural, right? Logic dictates the news are interesting today.
Wrong.
What, but it has an S? It is literally the definition of a plural ending. You told me the S is the cage.
I know. English is unfair. Police has no S, but it is plural. News has an S, but it's a singular.
That is just cruel. That is linguistic gaslighting.
News is what we call an uncountable noun. It is a concept. It is information. Think of it like water or air. You cannot have two waters, you just have water. You cannot have two news, you just have news. So we say the news is good today.
The news is. The police are.
Correct.
Police, no S, equals plural. News, with S, equals singular. It is the exact opposite of logic. It is the exact opposite of the visual evidence.
Is the zoo. Logic is left at the gate. You just have to observe the animals and learn their behaviors. The police animal likes to travel in a group. The news animal acts like a single substance.
I need to write this down. This is the difference between sounding okay and sounding like a native speaker.
Absolutely. Getting police are and news is correct is the hallmark of B1 mastery. It shows you aren't just translating directly from your own language, but you really understand how English nouns function.
Okay, I feel safer now. I have my shield of knowledge. I can face the police and the news.
You feel safe.
Good.
Because it is time for the final challenge.
Oh no, another challenge.
It is the make it plural game. I'm going to throw a singular word at you. You have to deflect it instantly with the correct plural form. No thinking, just reacting.
Okay, like a tennis match? Or dodging escaping monkeys?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Hit me.
Round 1, 1 foot.
2 feet.
Nice. Fast. Round 2, 1 child.
3 children.
Excellent. You remember the R-E-N. Round 3. Pronunciation check. Focus, Lucas. 1 woman.
4 women. Women.
Yes. You nailed the vowel sound. Women, men.
I channeled my inner English teacher. I heard your voice in my head telling me to use the short I.
Round 4. The trap. Are you ready?
I am focused.
1 sheep.
10 sheeps. No, wait. 10 sheep. They stay the same.
Uh-huh. You almost fell into the trap.
I did. My brain wanted to add the S so badly. 10 is a big number. It demands an S, but I stopped myself. 10 sheep.
You survived. You caught yourself. That is the most important part of learning. You recognize the wild animal before it bit you.
Phew. That was intense. My heart rate is up again.
You did wonderfully. We have survived our trip to the zoo today. We faced the mice. We learned that the police are our friends, as a plural. And we figured out that women are pronounced women.
And that sheep are just sheep, no matter how many of them there are.
Exactly. So how do you feel? Are you ready to go back to the real world?
I am. I am ready to go home where there are no wild animals, only domestic cats.
Cats. Symbol S.
Yes. 1 cat, 2 cats. Beautiful, simple grammar. I appreciate it so much more now.
I encourage everyone listening to look for these irregulars in your daily reading. When you read the news, which is interesting, look for the plurals. When you see a movie about the police who are brave, listen to the grammar.
And if you see a mouse, just run. Don't worry about the grammar. Just scream mice and run.
Good advice. Before we go, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. A little puzzle for your brain to take home.
What is it?
We learned that mouse becomes mice. M-O-U-S-E to M-I-C-E.
Yes.
So if mouse becomes mice, why doesn't house become heist?
Nice. Look at all those nice heists on the street.
It rhymes, follows the pattern. But no, house becomes houses.
English is a wild zoo indeed. There is no taming it completely. Heist would be funny, though.
That is the beauty of it. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Keep observing, keep learning, and watch out for the wild grammar.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you next time.